This is a new location this year, so it's new for everyone, and that's something I'm excited for as well. That way it continues to level the playing field for everyone. I enjoy it. It really separates the small teams like myself with the big teams for a long stretch of time, spread over the 4-hour race from 7, racing into the dark. It really gives a chance for the regional racers to show what they have and whether they can contend with the big teams or not.
It's just grown into a really popular event. Worldwide, you know, tons of people from multiple different states. There's nothing like it around this area. It's got a little bit of everything, a little hilly, a little rocky, some tight stuff, some open stuff, but from a spectator point of view, I don't think there's a better venue in our series to put on this event.
All I know is that I'm here and I'm ready to race.
Liam Dickey, congrats on the win. How was the race?
Brutal.
Brutal. Why was it brutal? You get tore up pretty bad?
Yeah, 4 hours on one track in the same trail just beats the crap out of you.
Yeah. How was it when the sun went down? Were you guys able to see okay with your lights?
Yeah, our light bars are pretty good, but sometimes it's hard to see around a corner or up a hill.
Yep. Any issues out there mechanically?
Just had a noise on my passenger front tire. Just on the second to last lap.
CV shaft or something?
Don't know. It's making a weird noise.
No brake fade, nothing like that?
No, we got lucky. We upgraded those.
Well, tell me about the race. Did you guys have any issues out there tonight?
Surprisingly, no. We had a long week putting everything together, but I mean, it worked out great. First time Woods racing an RS1. But honestly, I went out there, drove the wheels off of it, and you know, last year or 2 years ago, I ended up winning the Heartland Challenge in the A class. So to come back, be able to take second this year, feels pretty good.
I'd say my favorite part of the track was probably the open section out back after the challenge section, and the worst part probably the deep ruts in the woods.
As you got into some of the ruts, if you didn't hit them right, you were up on two wheels. I mean, a lot of times, like the Heartland Challenge always becomes like a slot car race. You're always riding rails and the ruts get deep, but then, I mean, driving this, it was a little different. I wasn't expecting it to hop up onto it. It's a little top heavy, but I did a backflip in this today. I rolled down the hill backwards. They don't know that yet. I completely rolled down the hill backwards, landed on the wheels and kept going.
Oh man, it was very rough out there. The track was good, but you know, it's just I'm getting up there in age and it's beating me to death anymore. We started out, we got the whole shot, we led the first 3-4 laps, and I had a front U-joint break. So I raced the rest of the race in two-wheel drive, and then we gradually caught everybody, passed the leader on the second to last lap, and I had to stop and get a splash of fuel. And when I went to take off, my car went in the limp mode. It was losing voltage. So I had to creep around the track about 20 miles an hour on the last lap, and I got passed, and that's why I'm sitting here finishing second. So.
That's a tough break, man. I'm sorry to hear that. How did the track hold up tonight?
The track held up great. There was a new section back there, which is pretty standard. The roots start exposing, and it was like a washboard, and it was bad on the kidneys, I'm telling you. But other than that, the track was great. They did a great job. It was a nice flowing track.
Was the car hard to handle in two-wheel drive?
It was easier.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have the front end pulling you through corners?
Actually, it turned because before it broke, I was fighting it. It felt like the power steering wasn't working half the time. So once it broke, we thought we were done for one, and we continued. It just felt easier, and I got in a rhythm and just started clocking down the time. So.
How many Heartland challenges have you raced?
It's my second one.
How'd you do the first time?
I got third, so I keep improving.
There you go. There you go. Tim, when we talked this morning, you were a little cleaner.
I was.
You look like you've been busy for 4 hours.
I have been. It was 4.5 because you got to get in the car a half hour early out here. So.
Yeah. How'd your night go?
Pretty good. I made a couple mistakes. Ran over a couple trees, got in my way, but most of all, didn't finish third. Yeah. Happy to be back. 2 years ago at Heartland Challenge, I bent the frame hook in a tree, as I was telling Drew earlier, and just wanted to come back for some redemption, seeing if I can run with the big guys and how consistency can play out. Didn't pop a tire, didn't lose anything. A couple of fuel pits, and the guys that were in the pit crew really helped out. My dad, coming from Massachusetts, so represent the East Coast, and glad to be able to be up on the podium.
Awesome. No problems with the car all day?
Overheating a little bit. Lost power steering, so I'm sore with no power steering and trying to steer it back and forth, and I think I'm going to invest in a steering quickener.
Yeah.
But it's a learning game. I'm glad to finish where I did, and 2 laps to go, we were in 5th place, and coming through scoring, bumped down to 3rd, and it was our early pit strategy in order to get fuel early. Ended up working out, calculating our miles per gallon, and it's tough with the heavy tunes because we're about 4 miles per gallon. But I can't thank all the sponsors enough. Really cool.
going to get started here with our UTV Open Indoor Overalls. Third place out of Massachusetts, number 41, Tim Slocum. Tim, I know we just got done some interviews back there, but you ran a great race. We talked a little bit about you'd been here 2 years ago. You kind of came back to redeem yourself. How'd it go?
I had a fun race. 2 years ago I hooked a tree, lap 2, being a little anxious, a little too fast. So my goal tonight was just to stay calm, cool and steady, and figure out if we would finish top 5, I'd be happy with that. So I'll take a 3.
Well, congratulations. We can't thank you. There's a lot of people out here right now wishing they were up here at your spot, but you come all the way from Massachusetts just to drive alone. This has got to feel better going home, I think.
It definitely helps for sure, yeah. It's a little bittersweet. 2 laps to go. We turned from 5th to 3rd. I don't know what happened between the 2 guys ahead of me, but that was just a little boost of energy that I needed to keep pushing through and make good decisions. So happy with it.
Well, that was pretty cool. You proud of Dad, are you? We'll just go with the yes, right? So did you have to enjoy riding with it?
Absolutely.
And you tried?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, so I'm going to ask you 2 questions. What was your favorite and what was the worst part of the track?
The oval for sure, high speed in the oval in that tight track. It was that was my favorite, and the routes were the worst. Chopping up the routes. I don't know what these guys will say, but please ask them the same question.
All right, man. Congratulations. Let us know who got you up here tonight.
Oh wow, it's Wayland Speed, George White, Double E Racing, Troy Power Sports, Keller Ball Joints. You gotta look at the door. It's kind of hard to see this way. Rugged Radios. My good Lord and Savior got me up here, and he'll take me home too.
That's awesome. Tim, we can't thank you enough for coming up. Congratulations. Your 3rd place is right here, man. Great jobs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All righty, we're going to come over here to 2nd really quick. I know this is a heartbreaker for sure. You guys are having a great battle all day long. Devin, you've had a great year. We've seen you bring home a Polaris Fraser the other day. Congratulations. It's been a great year for you. Here you're up on the podium, man. Obviously, you had some goods and some downs at the race, but tell us a little bit about what happened.
We started out, we got the whole shot, led probably the first 3 or 4 laps, and broke a front U-joint, and I thought we was going to have to come in and fix it. Threw it in 2-wheel drive. She wouldn't make no noise. I said, I'm not stopping. So we raced the whole race in 2-wheel drive. We got it rolling pretty good. We came through the pits at one point, and I was passing 2 cars, and I slid so far sideways and hooked it, and I rolled coming down into the track, landed on all 4s and took back off. And then, of course, we passed them guys on the second to last lap in the rock section there, the challenge section, and we come back in, got a splash of fuel, and the car went into limp mode, had low voltage, and that was that. He caught me probably, I don't know, within a half a mile from the finish line. So that was that.
Isn't it interesting that everybody thinks 4 hours it's not going to be a battle, but here we are, half mile from the finish, and we're still battling.
Well, I mean, just look at all my problems I had and come back. So this is a race you just don't give up on. You just keep plugging, and something's going to happen. There's a lot of guys I think broke too, so you just keep plugging away, and you know something good will come out of it.
Congratulations, that's a good way of looking at things. So tell us, you've been to Heartlands before. I know you've raced all over the country. What do you think about getting on the oval track, get some high speed?
We've been talking about that at home. There's a track that may start doing that. So it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be fun.
Well, congratulations, man. I got to ask you. You want me to ask you too? Favorite and worst part of the track?
He's right. The circle track's my favorite. And I like the challenge section. I had it figured out pretty quick. Wasn't a big fan of the motocross section, but like you said, back there in the woods, it got choppy real bad. It was a kidney killer.
Well, congratulations, man. We're getting used to you being up on the podium and running. It's just kind of a thing now. The expectation's there for you every time, and you're delivering home runs all year long, so congratulations, man.
I appreciate that.
All right, there you go. Second place, Devin Smith. All right, now this is pretty special here because Liam, we haven't seen you at a couple of the races. You've been working on your car. You've been really fast at some of the 1 hour races. It just never came together. Now here we are at a 4 hour race, and you ran a heck of a race.
Yeah, I never saw this one come on, to be honest. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you gotta feel good. You're up here holding your corn cob.
Yep, I told Spencer when I came here, I said I came here for a corn cob and that's it. And I didn't think I was going to get the first place one. So, I'm pretty happy.
Man, we're sure proud of you. Like I said, you've been running for a long time. You got a lot of work in this car and stuff. You got a lot of people behind you. You guys over there at Power Sports Nation does a lot for the sport and a lot for the other racers up here, man. But what's it feel like to be up here on top?
It makes me feel happy because Power Sports and everyone that helps us in all balls, it just feels like one big family, and it feels pretty good to make a first place victory for us on this big one.
Definitely give you something to talk about, won't it?
Mm-hmm. This will be going on for a year and a half probably.
So this is bragging rights amongst the whole team, correct?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Does this mean you don't have to wash? Everybody else got to wash?
No, I'll probably still wash it. So.
All right, Liam, who'd you like to thank today?
Huge shout out to Mom and Dad, All Balls Racing, Sedona Tires, Tire Spines, everyone that backs us up and makes this happen, family and friends that help you out in the pits. You couldn't ask for better people.
Awesome. So I'm not going to let you by without asking you the same question. Favorite and worst part of the track?
The tree roots in one section, favorite part? I didn't really have a favorite part, I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, congratulations. UTV Open and their overall third place, Tim's.
Hold up here.
Slocum Power Sports, second place, Devin Smith, and our champion today from PSN Racing, Liam Dickey. So I got Tyler and Todd Remereed from Omaha, Nebraska. Are pretty fairly new to this kind of racing, and
first time ever on the woods racing. So,
well, we mixed in. I know you guys have a lot of short course experience. You guys are out there racing that. Did it help having the circle track in there?
That was a lot of fun to have that. You open her up a little bit.
What did you think of that?
Yeah, it definitely helps coming in here with a lot of short course practice. But this is my first woods race. This was a big change for sure.
So not only is your first woods race, but what about first time racing in the darkness?
That as well, yes. Trees seem to put their leg out at you.
So I got to ask you, some people say they can focus better at night than they can during the day. They don't have as much kind of drama going around the car. What do you think?
Yeah, I think as the track gets, it got faster, I think, as the night went on. And you just find your line, get in your zone, have your little camera back, and you just get in your own little world, and you just do your thing.
Well, you guys came in here, you're early in here, you got set up, the team looked like you had a lot of work, you guys were working on stuff, fine details, but it was cool seeing you here as a family and getting all set up. You're up here on the podium now, it's got to feel good, don't it?
It does. We're father-son. This is our first time this year racing, so we completed 4 races with the Champ Off-Road Series, and we're with the Bikeman team and with Turno's over there. So we've been having a lot of fun doing the circle track with a short course, but today was our first time ever doing the woods racing, and I think we're hooked now.
Well, it does get easier, trust me. The 1 hour ones are quite a bit easier.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without our support that we have. Like my mom, dad, Bikeman Performance. We put so much work in, and we bent over backwards just to get here. And the Laternos as well, so very thankful to be able to race a race car, and that's about it.
Awesome, man. Would you like to thank anybody else either, Todd?
You know what? We heard a lot about this whole community, how you guys are different than the short course, and so we felt the welcoming to this whole family, and you put a great show on, Andy. So we're just glad to be here, and I hope we can do this again.
Well, we sure appreciate it. We're so glad to have you guys. Congratulations on a great run today.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you go. Third place. We're going to make our way over here to a couple brothers. I'm not sure if these guys arm wrestled to see who got to go first tonight. Who got to go first tonight?
I went first.
So you're the stronger one, right?
I'd say so.
All right, we got the Letourneau brothers over here. You guys were running really hard. It sounded like you might have had a couple issues or something coming back at the end. Tell us a little bit how it went for you.
Well, I drove the first half of the race. It seemed to go very well, actually. In the first half, no difficulties at all. And I got halfway, my arms just were not, I couldn't drive anymore. So then Jack hopped in and drove the second half of the race.
So again, you have a lot of experience in the cross country, and then you've kind of transferred everything over into your short course series now, racing. And now you're back here to probably one of the most that I've ever seen as far as a cross country race mixed in with some short course stop style. Did that help you today?
Oh yeah, for sure. We ran woods for 2 years. I did. Jack ran for 3 years, and then we switched over to short course now, and the infield was definitely it was fun because it felt like I was running the short course at home.
Well, congratulations, man. We're going to go over and talk to your brother here. I know sounds like his arms must have went out from the arm wrestling, huh?
Must have, supposedly. I don't really think he won it, so.
So, Jack, at the end there, you were putting some darn good lap times down, working your way up to the front there. What was clicking right for you at the end?
Well, so this is my first time in RS1 woods racing, at least. But, I honestly understand why everyone's kind of switching over to them, or the fast guys are driving them now, because it's a completely different animal. You can see the wheels at all times. Just this setup on this that Mike was running, it honestly worked great. The suspension was awesome. Clutching all was great, and just the whole thing held up the entire time. I don't think we faced a single difficulty at all today, which was very surprising for 4 hours. But honestly, he's the reason that we're even here. He worked on his car all week. He was up till like 2 in the morning some nights just working on it. I was going to work in the morning, so I couldn't even help him, but we had different intentions. I wasn't even supposed to be racing with him. I was supposed to be racing on my own as well, but as it worked out, we ended up racing together for the first time, honestly, and it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. So.
Well, that's cool. I know as a family, you guys do a lot of traveling, a lot of working together and stuff, and now you get to go celebrate together, right?
Absolutely. That's. I think we have a great reason too. So.
You guys did an awesome job. It was neat kind of seeing you. It's hard getting used to seeing you in a different machine, but we can at least hear you coming.
Yeah, I hopped on. I kind of needed a few minutes to get my hearing back. I was driving the car and I was getting a headache. I'm like, I'm not slowing down, but I'm not going to be able to hear well after this. So I think I could hear myself, and I think everyone else could hear it coming from a mile away. So, but that's all part of it. I mean, the guys that make this car go fast, they know what works. So, I mean, if it's loud but fast, who cares? So.
Well, congratulations. Who do you guys like to thank today, talking about how fast the car is?
Well, mainly my parents and the whole family. My grandparents even came down for a race, so wouldn't be here without them. Mike, of course. Everyone else here who makes this happen. You guys, the whole crew. But the people that put their time and effort into the car, like Bikeman Performance, Clutch Energy, MRT Tires, Fox Shocks, Chopper City Sports, Blown Concepts, Auto Trimmers, Vision Wheels, everyone who makes this happen. We wouldn't be here without them. We wouldn't be building cars the way we do, and we wouldn't be up here on top of the box. So, gotta thank everyone who makes this happen and who makes this thing work. So,
well, congratulations. We're glad to see you guys back. What a great run, man. Congratulations, buddy. All right, I come over here. This guy's just been all smiles since he came up here.
Yeah.
I heard you came after a corn cob.
Well, I'm a farmer, so ever since I saw that corn cob trophy, I've wanted it so bad I can't see straight. So I feel like I can retire now, I guess. I feel like Peyton Manning just won a Super Bowl, you know.
Well, congratulations, Jason. We haven't seen you for a little while, man. I heard you're coming. I was excited to hear you're coming. You got out there, and I got a thing from the radios from scoring saying first and second just came through scoring, and they're like bumper to bumper. Seeing you guys coming around, pitching them into that turn one down there in the big track, and you guys, it just looked like you're having a blast.
Oh, we were. Our friend Alan was there, who was behind me. He got around me right before the circle track over there, and we battled out in the woods. Unfortunately, he had some mechanical issues, but yeah, no, it was a fun battle. The top three, we traded positions a lot today, so it was a lot of fun.
Isn't that crazy? You're thinking about typically we run like an hour and a half, but to run a 4-hour race and be battling so consistently, isn't that pretty cool?
Absolutely. You really got to take strategy into account, and yeah, and a lot can happen in 4 hours.
So I got to ask you. So you've been to the Heartlands before. Now here we are in a new locations. Honestly, what was your thoughts on the different location?
Overall, I like the layout of this a lot better. I was pretty happy with this location. It got rough out there though. But no, I like this. I love the circle track. That was awesome. I felt like I was out there in a sprint car tossing in the corners. So no, overall, I was very pleased with this location. I like it a lot.
Very cool. So I got to ask you, what was your favorite and your worst part of the track?
Favorite's definitely out there in the circle track. So just pretending I was in a sprint car, you know. But the least favorite would probably be all those routes out there. When we've already told a couple people, I felt like I was driving a truck with death wobbles for the last 2 hours of the race, so it definitely got rough out there. But overall, the track was great. I mean, laid it out perfectly. Yeah, I can't speak enough for your crew out here putting that together with Oregon.
Well, we sure appreciate you coming out. We got your corn cob down here for you. We got your check here for $1,000. And Renegade Race Fuels also has donated through Devin Bolin, is the main guy behind this, has donated a 5-gallon pail of race fuel for you.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. I love it.
Well, Jason, who would you like to thank out here?
First off, I'd like to thank my team, Last Minute Motorsports, teammate Ryan's here. Without their help, late nights in the shop, this wouldn't be the car it is. Tom's Marine Sales, the owners of Ironman Raceway, they helped me out a lot. Polaris dealership there. Polaris Razor for putting together this awesome machine. They get to come out here and drive. I gotta look at the car. I always forget. 834 powder coat right there. This powder was done in the winter of 18. Like, this is good powder. He's the man. It's held up incredibly well. G-Force Suspension Technologies, Gary puts the best shocks together. Dynajet. What else we got right here? Trinity Racing. Love their exhaust. Fleet Performance Engineering, and my family. Oh yeah, these GBC tires. This is my first race with these new Dirt Commander 2.0s. Love them. It's great tire. I have run nothing but GBC tires on this machine since the day I built it. So.
Well, that's a good combination. You're up here with GBC tires in the top of the podium box at the Heartland Challenge.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, there you go. RS1s probably have the most fun as anybody out here in these machines.